clamoring for it, they don't get to it. And HAWASA might just have a chance to move forward. They will decide to play it down for oh, they had a man who was down, so I thought they were going to take the ball out to get the man to be looked at, but I think he got up by himself, Gilbert.
Yeah, he got up by himself. That was actually Wodmark and Myrek playing on the left side of the defense for HAWASA. I'm not seeing the numbers. I'm not seeing the numbers in red. They are segregated. They are not close to each other. And the only numbers that I'm seeing are the ones in blue.
Yeah, blue is a good color. But I tell you, red is usually very, very conspicuous. But at the moment, the blue is blanking out the red in terms of possession. The chances created as well. But if they don't take the chances, believe you me, Gilbert, football is about goals. It's just the team that scores the goals that gets on top. And at the moment, they need to really work it out. This was a perfect chance here. Big run on the right side by Fitsumalemu. And then he looks up, decides to bring it back. First miss here. Two players going for it. Ultimately, an attempt to go in by Gilbert Disasa, who's not very sure about his footing at the moment, is what lost that chance for them.
Yeah, and that man on the screen, Fitsumalemu, he's really working hard, especially bringing right crosses on the right-hand side. And Disasa letting them down in the first 15 minutes of the game.
This is back in the midfield. BAHIR will be brought down. It's going to be a free kick here. He's also going to watch out not to get himself down too easily, and also not to, give instructions to the referees. He shouldn't. Here it is. Yes, he's being held behind, but he doesn't need to remind the referee that Dawid Tadese should get a yellow card, because you influence that yellow card. Dawid Tadese has been yellow carded. You remember Tadese scored the only goal against St. George in that match in which the HAWASA side lost by 4-1. So he's still an influential player by all standards on that side. Sure, Mensah is organizing his defenders. They're playing a high line even in defense at the moment. And the only thing that can happen is DAR can push the defenders further inside. Yep, headed back by Mignot Debebe. Mignot Debebe holds a very unenviable record of the man who scored 2 goals in one game. And they were the only 2 goals, but unfortunately he scored in his own net first, and then scored for his team as well. You remember that game, Gilbert?
That should have been against Jima.
Yeah, in the 1-1 draw.
Yeah.
He scored a goal against his own team in his own net, but then he worked so hard and went and scored the lovely goal as well. So I guess he redeemed himself.
Yeah, he did.
It's going to be a foul here. Has been given to the HAWASA Keteba side. 7 fouls in total in this game, with just about 18 minutes. Seriously as well, I mean, Ephraim Zacharias has got to find a different way of falling. You don't just... Closest to goal, Mesfin Tadese. No, Mesfin Tadese, 3 goals already scored here. Had a perfect chance to pump this past the goalkeeper. And I think he just scraped it off the ground, didn't give it power as well. He just messes up everything that Ephraim Zacharias had done for him.
It was a feeble pass, and of course, good work from Ephraim Zacharias on the right-hand side.
You're calling it a pass, Gilbert.
That's an opportunity. I mean, he passed the ball to the keeper.
You don't have to be that harsh.
You're a striker. The keeper must be able to feel you.
He shot at goal, but feebly shot at goal. He didn't pass the ball to the goalkeeper. Here is BAHIR again. He's got clarity. A chance for a better placement here. It's in the net. Well trapped into the net this time round. No need to work too hard. There's a little bit of an appeal by the goalkeeper, but what is he appealing for? I don't know if there's anything to appeal for. The ball came from the other side.
It was a rebound from him.
It was a rebound, yeah. So really, it can't be offside at all. But you and I will get to see it again. Now, BAHIR gets the ball first. Here is controlled. It has got one defender, and then he plays it on the other side. Now, here the ball is being placed. It comes off the goalkeeper and pushed into the net. It can never be offside at that moment because the rebound coming from the goalkeeper, who's the last man on that side. But that goal is the one that will change the way this game is played.
Oh yeah, it's definitely going to change the way it's played. This is the 4th time that BAHIR have come very close to scoring. I think at this point in time, it was just a matter of time before they scored that very important and crucial goal.
Well, the scoreline changes. Saleh Amlak is about to push it into the net. And the score is now 1-0. BAHIR 1, And HAWASA. So it's 1-0 then. But it was coming, and it should have come much earlier on. In fact, to get a defender all the way to come and put the ball into the net, it means that they should, the guys in front were not doing the job as was expected.
Yeah, and Kimari Sasa has been a prime suspect in the opening minutes of the game. But what a shot from him, and what a follow-up from Salam Lak again.
It is a chance for HAWASA. They have the numbers, but they don't have the possession at that time. Good attempt coming from Magenhailo. What do you think is going into the mind of Mulugeta Mihillet?
Well, maybe thinking of reverting from a 3-5-2 and playing most probably with a back four, because that's exactly where
it's only 21 minutes. Is there time to make a technical change?
5 chances have gone his way, and because of that 3-man defense line, so he definitely has to reorganize himself.
At least the BAHIR DAR side have taken advantage of that one chance.
Yeah,
they take it up in the middle again. HAWASA now beginning to get some presence in the middle of the field here, with Magenhailo trying to push it to push his men as well. Latte and the 3-man defense playing a very high line, too high for comfort. If you've got a striker like a Baye Gezahen, then that line is too high. They're almost at the halfway mark here. They drop the ball to the front for their tip. Zefrem Zacharias plays it back. That's the right back, and look at where he is got it. It's dangerous to play that way for the HAWASA side.
In fact,
it's a confidence. He's one of the central defenders. Yeah. Now that's the last man. Larte. They are pushing from there. It's too high a line in a game like this one. But they must be having a plan here. We'll see how it works. Zacharias brings it out to the right side. It should be to Mignot Debebe. That's the man we're talking about, having scored 2 goals in one match, one for his team and one for Jima. It was about Christmas time, so I guess he was just being very charitable. 85 passes completed on this side. This is what has not been completed. They're almost matching each other. That is power goal by Melvin Tafese. That's the way you score. Oh, it leaves the goalkeeper, Harrison Hesu, wondering what's going on here. And yes, it gives the fans some pride on how it has been scored. What a shot coming from Melvin Tafese. Oh, he was not going to spare the goalkeeper in this one. It's like a darling around and then a quick break out to the left. The cross comes in as it is. You meet it on the left foot and put the power in it into the net.
We spoke about that left attack, and look at that control and that quick shot. That was electrifying.
It was
electrifying from Melvin Tafese. Did give the goalkeeper a chance even to think where the ball was going to be played. And what a wave
for a striker. It right in. Yeah. Actually, Harrison Hesu is wondering where that did come from. The celebration is good enough. It says we're happy, and that's the same thing I'm insisting. With the chances that BAHIR DAR is missing, it will take only 2 chances for HAWASA, and they'll run away with this.
Yeah.
It's whoever scores the goals that wins the game. BAHIR DAR 1, HAWASA 1. And we've got a game in our hands, Gilbert.
Oh, we have a game in our hands.
And the goals are 3 minutes apart.
Yes, and BAHIR DAR have had more possession. And HAWASA have not had that possession, but one quick counter attack puts him in a very prime position to equalize that game.
Well, that just tells you they are looking at quality attacks, and when they have them, they will use them. It's going to be another throw. It's going to be a free kick that has been given to the BAHIR DAR side. 1-1 the scoreline from the Jima University Stadium. And a quick take, an equally quicker repassing by Wandi Magenhailo for the HAWASA side. They're looking for the fast breaks. If HAWASA had half the chances that BAHIR DAR has had in this first half, we'd be talking about a different goal line altogether.
A different goal line altogether. They're very prolific, especially in that penalty box.
Well, Fitsumalemu has come back into the midfield to try and help, and now HAWASA is actually pushing. So the high line was not in vain, actually. They had a plan on how they're going to push in that area, and they're still maintaining that high line. They can only be beaten on that one if there is a breakthrough similar to what Baye has given on this side to Girma Disasa. He's got a chance now, Girma. Oh, Girma needs to stay in the correct footing. You don't get a chance like that easily. A big clearance comes off. Mignot Debebe. We're going to have a very exciting match today. Girma needs to be confident about his footing up at the front.
Well, you know, that's a good run.
He gets a good header. Look, he's alone here. He needs to cut onto the side and shoot immediately.
He pushes himself into 6 feet when he had only 2 legs to beat and score a goal. So this is the 4th time, and the coach must be thinking now, what next?
And he had support as well from Baye Gezahen, so needs to look around and needs to know where he's going to play the ball. Mignot Debebe has a reason why he's pushing as hard as he is on this right flank as well. Long ball to Daniel Deribe. Too long, goes up the field of play. A free kick will be given. A goal kick will be given to the BAHIR DAR side. Shoho Mensah almost mixing himself there. The possession is still with nice with HAWASA City. They've taken 55% of it in the 26 minutes played. Now that means they're coming back into this game. I'm not sure what is going on this side, but I think Shoho Mensah says he's got a little bit of a discomfort and necessitates the calling in of the medics into this game. 1-1 the scoreline in 27 minutes played, and the goals scored only 3 minutes apart. The first one is one that was quite scored by the very unlikely of players here, not the forwards. By that time you could argue that he was probably not in a very onside position, but the moment the ball comes back from the goalkeeper, he sees us to be offside because it's a rebound coming from the last man here. And this one was tucked into the net by Saleh Amlak-Tegen. 1-0 in the 21st minute. Just 3 minutes after that, then Mesfin Tafese pumps in a power goal in the 24th minute of the game. Scoreline is 1-1.
That's actually St. George.
And,
They've come to watch the game.
Because they live around here.
Yeah.
They are all camped in one place, so a good number of the technical officials come to watch what the other teams are doing. The players as well.
Yeah.
They want to watch the game, but the fans are being limited into the stadium, so just 12 of them. I think right now we'll be ready for the game, with the goalkeeper having been sorted out. It's going to be bounced back for the BAHIR DAR side, who had possession at that time. And again, still wondering whether Shoho Mensah will be ready anytime soon, because the game has got to go on now. He's got enough time. He's a goalkeeper. He gets treated on the field of play, you know, but he has spent too much time in the outpatient wing, you know.
special preference.
Yeah, but too long, you know. He has a special preference. Larte, the Ghanaian defender, has got to watch out where he's passing the balls, where he's heading them out as well. With an attack of three very fast players, any of these balls could go either way. From Zacharias is fouled. It's going to be a free kick for the HAWASA Kitema side. A little help from the BAHIR DAR players, putting back on his feet. It's when Baye gets ahead and help him out. Fasil's watching very intently. He himself was a player not too far off. He won the league as a player. He won it as a coach as well. He has been at the national team as an assistant, same as his opposite goalkeeper Mulugeta Mihiret. Now he's trying to find a way of getting BAHIR DAR into better positions. They're in position 5 at the moment. Mulugeta's men are in position 7. And we'll be looking for a change. The only way you get a change in those positions is through points. The only way to get the point is through goals. And you get 3 points if you win the game. You get only 1 point if you draw it. For Girma Disasa, he's got to question himself about how he missed 3 or so chances from BAHIR DAR, in which it could have been a hat-trick hero as well. Goes all the way back to the defense. Look at the number chasing the ball girl, but the red side is coming out in droves.
Yes, they're organizing themselves very well, putting high pressure on the BAHIR DAR, ignite them time and space to be able to move the ball around, and that's the way to stop a team that likes possessing the ball and moving the ball around.
Come out in numbers and chase.
Yes, chase.
But also be wary of being hit on a fast break like this time round. With Shoho Mensah getting there first, you must be careful about being hit on a fast break.
Yes, now that's the downside of it. You push more people forward to defend, and in a counter-attack, you are less at the back and very vulnerable.
Well, good play by the defender. One Maggot, as they bring the ball back to their own defense. Now that confusion between Shoho Mensah and Lawrence Arte is not about to end on who is going to get to that last ball. It's not ending anytime soon, Gilbert.
They need to speak one language.
They are speaking the best language in this instance, because one is Ghanaian and the other one is Togolese. The best language would be Amharic.
Or the football language.
That's what they need to speak here at the moment, because they're not understanding one another. You know, the Togolese man would speak very good French, but the Ghanaian would speak very good English. Here comes a little bit of a good run from BAHIR DAR's Fitsu Balemu. That's the only language that can bring them together as lingua franca, being in Ethiopia. This is a foul that will be given to the BAHIR DAR side. It's going to be a free kick. I think Ephraim Zacharias is really not happy with that decision. He's actually questioning it. Together with Daniel Deribe, they're wondering why would it be going in that direction. The referee is Daniel Watko, was very categorical in its decision. It's going to be given to Girma Disasa to deliver it. A few very tall men are in there for the BAHIR DAR side, including the captain, Africa Michael Alemu. And they are all trying to angle down on this one. It will be curved inwards, so an in-swinger too low though. It's a little bit low. And shielded out for a throw-in. Still going to be for BAHIR DAR. There was going to be a good change between Alemu and Girma Disasa, but an HAWASA red t-shirt got into it as well. A good push by Daniel Deribe up at the front. And HAWASA now building better, looking for the through balls. It just refuses to go in through the right side. But they have a plan, Gilbert. Now they get it to the man who scored the goal. Oh, Tafese, something's gone to his eyes from Menafa Wall. No, I don't know what went in there. They're going to have to learn not to challenge the referee in the way they're doing it. It's a mark of a little bit of indiscipline. But we'll see what happened to Mesfin Tafese. And you'll understand why he doesn't need all the players to come to protest. Here it is again. You get a chance to see it. Yeah, it's the wrist going to the ice. It's the wrist going to the ice. So yeah, obviously the vision will be blurred a bit there. It's not enough for him to go and complain to the referee. You know, they really need to stay the ground.
Yeah, it was in a moment when he was just running, and
it's a foul. No doubt about it. You can see it's deliberate. The hand is too high up, and you don't run with your hands up here. So it's a foul. But you don't need all the HAWASA players to go and complain about it. The foul has already been called by the referee. Let the game go on. Because once you start making too much complaints at the referee, you get an unnecessary look at Vincent. Unnecessary one.
That's why you have a captain on the field.
Absolutely. Mesfin Tafese is a man who was down. He scored a beautiful goal in the 24th minute from the first touch. He just made it as it was coming on the left side. And yeah, he had reason to celebrate with Wodimagan Myrick. They had reason to celebrate that one. Yeah, the side shows occasionally take too much action. For Fasil, he's easy. Look at how he's played. But HAWASA are playing with this and they're hard, and they're also playing a physical game.
And they've actually avoided the midfield. They're trying to spread and have on the outside where this one is playing on the left side of the attack and Daniel Deribe on the right hand side of the attack.
Well, two teams that come from distances apart. With foul here. The referee trying to squad up between these two players like in another ball incident. Well, they bang each other. And Ahmed Rashid feels it more. Ephraim Zakaria seems to be the one who crossed the path of Ahmed Rashid. Just in the normal running, you know, whenever you cross into his path and they were also accelerating, there's a very high chance of that collision that is making both of them feel a little bit of a pinch here. The BAHIR DAR fans are a happy lot, aren't they?
They are a happy lot. I mean, of course, they're coming up a very opposition that is really, really tight. And with whatever that is going on the field, they feel that their team has lived up to their expectation.
For the moment, with just about 10 minutes remaining in the first half, the scoreline is still level at 1-1, but an entertaining game that we are watching at the Jimma University Stadium. Not a bad way to send the ball back to the HAWASA side by trying the goalkeeper as well. And Shaho Mensah doesn't get bothered with that one. There's going to be a goal kick that will be taken by the Togolese goalkeeper. He's trying to shake off a little bit of mud in his boots. The discomfort is visibly obvious. And then that right wing, which they really have wanted to power up with the good runs of Daniel Deribe, who incidentally is a natural left-footed player. And he keeps cutting back to bring in the crosses, Gilbert. Is that a good tact? Is it working for them?
Yeah, because they've got the height up front. They have Mesfin Tafese, who's got very good height, and of course, in terms of the second ball, they have the shorter version of Mesfin, Beruk Beyene, who has scored 3 goals to his credit to go in for the rebound.
You're calling him the shorter version. I just wonder how many other versions there are here. Was there a handball? I think the referee says there was a handball. The assistant referee seems to have signaled for that. And it's going to be given as a free kick to the BAHIR DAR side. Well, something happened very quickly there. Ball coming down here. The bounce. Second bounce. Yeah, and I think that's what they signaled for. I think a handball is what it was given out for. This is a foul that will be given to the BAHIR DAR side. The transition changing very quickly in this game. As we get towards break, I think we realize they need to take advantage of what they have. They pack the defense every time they're on the other side. And they are using speed to go out at the front. And they've got speedy men on the right and on the left as well. That's one
opportunities. I mean, both the three done it very, very fast, and they can really put a lot of pressure on the BAHIR side.
It's going to be a throw-in. Ahmed Rashid leaves it. And Beruk Bayene also leaves it to his own teammate, Daniel Daria, to take it. That's brings back to the setup. And they opt to go to the left side now. Dawid Tadesse deciding that left side has worked very well for them. Here is a cross that brings it in. The header is not on target. A big chase. Almost giving up on the chase and then realizing he can pick up the ball. And lovely turn back by Daniel Daribe. It's just been cut off for a corner. Now, I'll tell you one thing, Gilbert, the ball is not moving as fast, so they can easily get into it. This one is a cross that comes from the other side. The header is not connected. Everybody assumes this ball is going to go out of the field of play. And the chase is half-spirited, but finally he gets to it.
Yeah, because it's been slowed down because of the thickness of the grass.
Yeah, the corner. Jump doesn't come off, they could go to the ball. For it, because nobody behind there.
It's really that BAHIR, despite the fact they have numbers and defense, people comes in from across, they're not really meeting it.
I do it, yeah. Then Dalton may come to up at front. The first brings it back to the right side. Well, nice being a midfielder as well. The man, they had a man up there. But it's really mind, they go on the shoulder, turning it from one to each, switching from one to the other. But this final switch doesn't have very well. Yes, on the right side. I mean, I think the table that was just rotating him.
I was actually waiting the last time with no speed, especially on the wide areas where they seem to be getting some inroads.
Now have an understanding who's going for ball. First minute of game, they like they were not in the same language. And even the football at that moment didn't look like it was open. I guess I front there, but a big chase from the level. Decides to disobey him.
This is like between Fisman Lane and BAHIR. They know exactly where the other is going to run. They're giving them some very nice passes.
Yeah. We just wish that Fisman was to have a combination as well, because he can't put it right to the left side of the ball. It's usually very frustrating to have to send one to touch that have on it. 26 passes from HAWASA, more than from BAHIR. Now coming back to this game, and they started them. 40 minutes played. Score like 1-1. It's game coming to life from University Stadium in Ethiopia. About 370 kilometers southeast of Addis. Southwest of Addis. That's where I should be at the moment with this game. A long ball comes in far here. As we have to give it to him. On the ground. And Solomon has been hit on something as the ball was being crossed in. It's clutching into his valuables because I think can be a little annoying, but oh yeah,
that's the future.
Sure, he's playing in the future. He's still his future. Good as well. Because it's hard as well. He's trying to cross his clear his way. And if the now, the most comfortable places for a man. Is that the right side? Putting through much time of Marek. It's for the dark side. It's physical sometimes. Good charge again by Daniel Daria. It's very important skill foul. Deliberate. And yellow card is, of course. Yeah, it's just breaking down. It's professional foul. You put the running to the other side. You cross there and out of feet. Already playing dangerously, you know. He's arrested of yellow cards. He's only 2 in the other that he's 5 miles.
I mean, he won't put it there. BAHIR won't get in.
He defies yellow cards. Put that ball to the defense people go. You can say that. Don't make it easy. He's a foul. It's a foul. In fact, you have to go in fast round. Of course, the post makes everything. I think about to the side of nothing to score. Yes, it's what he's foul. But he can't be just defend. Still good substitutions. I think it's nice. So that's the man organizing everybody. He wants to have this visibility ball. He wants to cover the air. He can't see. He might decide of this race. Now he moves out from it. I think that's probably 4. And then Matap the rebound ball. Strikes it into the there is Sponge to go for corner. And he's ready for a BAHIR. The play is on it. Indicator. I think the expected has it. Spun out the effective, of course. None of this is the ball attacking and the ball defending numbers. We're walking out and out for here. Chance for penalty. Referee says not doing it. Every appealing for penalty. I had the sound. It sounds like it's happening on the head. But we'll probably see it again. Everybody was different. Corner. Is it a hand gyration? And plus, you have to do other things as well. The intent to turn the ball. Was an action? Yeah. So it's still there. I would appeal me hardly, but I did hear from maybe about the chest, but I also touch the hand. That would be it probably. And HAWASA, well, looking at last just to McKinney at 12, you're already playing sketch of the ideas in the first half of the game. That HAWASA has picked up the position in the second part of it. It's rolled off the field. It'll be a 3. Yeah, Nizitka cold stealing the way. So there's no one. Man comes up. This is the Ribe. Right, another sport down the line. You can only bring the cross. That's the line height there. I think that was a shoot. Like that from the back. Gets the rebound. Back to going to another chance to turn the ball in. They will set the ball again midfield. The game comes in play now. I saw a little bit of midfield. That's the time. One on this line, not training first half of the game. I mean, the coach gets me very happy with these charges. It's the one that they're looking for. It hits a chest from this goal. It looks like it hits a chest, yeah. I don't know if we can see another angle ball. It's just isn't hurt at all. Look at the ball changes direction. It goes now, nice angle to wide on my side. I totally affects the ball. Correct call by the referee. That's what gives us the mercy at one extra time. I'm not sure what referee is discussing with the players, but for the University Stadium, it's right that word. Hawasa 1 at a time.
It's not fast, it's not free. That works. And it's